Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, engines prime, the lights go. Engines prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring, time to go. Thank you for joining, the spotlight's aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudre, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudre, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Steel and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow till
BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. Another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. We are live for the one and only race, the third of 3 days worth of racing, our fifth race for the racing week. This is the MotoWare International Limited Late Models. We've got Dirt Limited Late Models at Oswego Speedway in Oswego, USA. Devour Worm in the chat. Fire someone within the nameless minion to blame for this outrage. Also, hey, mate. They're already fired. I didn't even bother learning his name. Funny, he had the same surname as me, so I think it might have been someone claiming to be my son. But they should have done a better job. No, I don't know what happened there. I had the other intro sort of keyed up on a different scene, and somehow I swapped the scenes around. And I realized I knew it had done it before, and I hadn't checked it, but I checked it today, and I was like, shit, yeah, that is the wrong one. So better update it. Has to be done. That is correct. All right, we've still got just under 3 minutes left in practice before we get on over to qualifying. So let's get down to the track, see who we've got here today. Looks like 11 drivers, see who the quickest is. All right, Josh Roberts, 18.271 with quick time at the moment here at Oswego. Jason Coffey, RCI driver in second, 18.298. Alan Hunt, 18.347. Equal time is the birthday boy, Mike Davis. Wish Mad Dog Mike Davis a happy birthday, everyone. The 99 car, 18.347 also. Not far behind them, 18.352 Dawson Potter in fifth place. Travis McDonald, our points leader in this competition, 18.383 and 18.386 for Brett Vanderwood. Brian Angel, teammate of Brett Vanderwood, 18.392. Jonathan Foxworth, 18.401 in ninth. Mikey Mixer, 10th. Quickest with 18.472 and 18.5 flat. Wayne Bridges. Let's get down to the tracks. Turn that down a little bit. All right. Wednesday morning, Australia. Tuesday night, US. Hope Mike Davis has had a great birthday. Hope you all had a great Tuesday night. Tuesday if you're in the US, good morning if you're in Australia, and anything in between. We have got some racing coming your way. Actually, let me just have a quick look at what do we got. Doesn't say there's a feature, I can't see, but I feel like there might be. All right, but 2 from every heat will go straight through to the feature. So if there is a consi, then looks like we'll have a 7-car constellation be made. 18.702 seems to be the quickest lap time out there at the moment. That is Josh Roberts still. Oh, my coffee is done. There's my other drink. There it is. That one is done also. I'm going to need to grab another drink before the start of this race. Oh, no race sound, Bob. No race sound. There we go. Talking about how race is too loud and you probably only hear it barely through my microphone. All right, here we go. We're going to wrap up practice in just 10 seconds. As we see there, that looks like Dawson Potter, Jason Coffey, and the 20-something, 29, Jonathan Foxworth. Nice little racing pack there. Led by Jonathan, wrapped up by Jason Coffey, Dawson Potter in the middle there. All right, that is a practice done. I'm going to move on over to qualifying before we get through to our heat racing. Based on the car count, we're going to go 2 heats, inside-outside lines. There's the 72 Alan Hunt, Jonathan Foxworth also out there already. Who have we got there? Josh Roberts, Brian Angel Sr. Good luck, fellas. Also, big shout out. We had a few follows earlier. Marion and Roger Sheets, the Race Club, as well as the official Yoda Outlaws Facebook pages. Make sure to get out there and follow those guys as well. Appreciate all the support. Alan Hunt has the first time on the board, 19.143, but Jonathan Foxworth has quick time, 19.032. Dawson Potter will take that up a few steps with an 18.784. 18.744 for Wayne Bridges. Mike Mixer, Mike Davis, the birthday boy, trying to get in there. Brian Angel as well with 18.842, 18.888. Jonathan Fox with 18.913. Mike Mixer, 18.997. Josh Roberts with the 19.029. Brett Vanderwood moves in the second with an 18.760. Cameras are loving Alan Hunt at the moment. There we go, there's a copy on our screens. Mike Davis, Michael Mad Dog Davis, the birthday boy, has secured quick time 18.717. If any of you bastards beat that, you're mugs. And I'm going to jump in the chat and give you an earful. Wayne Bridges 18.744, second quickest 18.760. Brent Vanderwood, third quickest. Teammate Brian Angel, fourth quickest. And Dawson Potter in that top five. There's all 11 cars. There he is. Please wish Michael Mad Dog Davis the 99, and the man brave enough to put my beautiful face on his roof. A happy birthday, Dawson Potter. Thank you for the like, brother. Good luck out there. All right. Look at his picture. I just realised he's got a plunger on his head in the bottom left there, and his racing details. Let's go to the BobbethTV drink stash. Oh, break my back bending over. Ow. Getting old, folks. Making all kinds of noises. I was gaming with the BobbethTV family, friend of the family, Griff the Merciless last night, and my neck cracked, and he heard it through the mic, and he thought it was like an empty can being banged, or something, like I was banging a can to pretend like it was cracking. It was that loud. It's horrible. All right, let's get into heat one here, folks. It is going to be the birthday boy, Mike Davis and Brett Vanderwood on that front row. Dawson Potter and Josh Roberts, second row. Mikey Mixter and Travis McDonald on that third and final row. KC McLean, I forgive you, Bob, just don't mute. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be good. I've got Vicky in my ear every time I do it. She's told me off in my head more times than she's told me off in real life. I would be lost. I'd be lost without you guys, I tell you. Alright, Pace Truck's going to leave the track this lap. We'll get this one underway. It's going to be 8 laps of Oswego Speedway for the MOTO International Limited late models, thanks to the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Counting this race, just 4 races to go in the season before we declare a champion. Travis McDonald is the odds-on favourite as he rolls past the camera there. Has quite the points lead. Mathematically quite tricky for the boys to get back into this battle. Travis needs probably minimum two, if not 3 bad results in the next 4 races. Oh, here we go. Michael Mad Davis and Brett Vanderwood up the front. Josh Roberts, Dawson Potter still in that middle row with Travis McDonald and Mikey Mixter behind them. They are racing as they started, side by side by side. A little bit wider as Brett Vanderwood, Josh Roberts have freight train Mike Davis a little bit, pushed him back to third. He's going to battle Travis McDonald. Travis on that high line as well. Seems like that high line was the reason they got past Mike in the first place as he falls back to fourth. Dawson Potter and Mikey Mixon right there behind him. Brett Vanderwood up in front. Yoda Outlaws, Josh Roberts from JJ Motorsports and Travis McDonald at the 1, 2 and 3. About to start our fourth lap, 4 to go. This is the halfway mark of our inside line deciding heat race, heat 1. Mike Davis qualified on the pole, but the high line much quicker here at Oswego, it seems. And Josh Roberts, Brett Vanderwood able to get past him. He had a little battle with Travis McDonald, who also was able to get past him on that high line. And that's where we sit now with Dawson Potter and Mikey Mixter 5th and 6th behind them. Of 8 about to begin. Brett looking very comfortable at the front there. Coming around the back stretch into 3 and 4 for the second at last time. It's going to be the white flag lap as they exit for Brett Vanderwood, Josh Roberts, Travis McDonald at the front half of this heat. The back half, Mike Davis, Dawson Potter and Mikey Mixter. Josh is going to try and make a move on Brett Vanderwood on that last turn. Is he going to have enough to run on the exit? If not, like you had to consider Travis for a second there as well for 100ths of a second. All right, let's have a look at our results for Heat 1. The inside line basically set up this way. So Mikey Mixter will finish in 6th. KHR's very own Dawson Potter 5th. Modigi Mafia, Mike Davis, the birthday boy, in 4th. Our points leader, Travis McDonald, in 3rd. J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts in 2nd. But Brett Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws picks up the pole position start in our feature race. Let's get to the grid for this one. Wayne Bridges and Brian Angel on that front row. Jason Coffey and Jonathan Foxworth second row. Alan Hunt will be on that third and final row. I want to change cameras. There we go. Alright, let's just have a quick look. Is there a Consi? No, I don't think there is. I think it's just the 55 lap feature. So very much well on schedule here. Just 20 minutes into the broadcast. Way. No Consi. Yeah, it's whenever I think there isn't, there is, and whenever I think there isn't, there is, there isn't. You guys keep me on my toes with that. And it's 55 laps for a Motorwear International Limited late model feature. All up seems like a sprint almost. I'm used to like the 25 lap Consis and. Here we go, we're about to get Heat 2 started. We're going to decide the outside line. Can Brian Angel join Brett Vanderwood on the front row? Chris Standridge, teammate, conspicuously absent here tonight. Nowhere in the chat as well, so we hope whatever's keeping him away from us is good. Not going to suggest we miss you at all, Chris, but you know, we do like it when you're on the screen. Oh, Jonathan Foxworth up into the wall. Looks like he suffered a bit of wheel damage. He's gone down into the infield. Yellow flag's going to come out. Pace truck has been engaged. Pace truck has caught up to the field. Brian Angel, Wayne Bridges front row, Jason Coffey, Alan Hunt second, Jonathan Foxworth will have that third and final row to himself. Right, pace truck has gone. We're coming into the apex at 3 and 4. Once they exit 4, get to that start finish line, Bunny will wave the flag. The red light will go. We'll get this one green flag racing action. It is lap 5 of 8. 4 still to come here in heat 2 of the MOTO International Limited late models. Brian Angel, Alan Hunt, Jonathan Foxworth. That's the 3. Wayne Bridges and Jason Coffey. Well, Jason Coffey and Wayne Bridges now is the 4th and 5th place cars as we come around the start. Lap 7, just 2 to go. Well, look out. Brian Angel up into the wall with the white flag. Lap coming out. Alan Hunt's going to move up to our race lead. Jonathan Foxworth second. Jason Coffey's going to be third. Wayne Bridges, Brian Angel 4th and 5th. There we have it. Hit 2's checkered flag has been waved. Official results are as follows. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel in 5th. Wayne's World Racing Series, Wayne Bridges in 4th. RCI's Jason Coffey in 3rd. B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth 2nd. But Alan Hunt will line up on that front row. And we saw what he could do on the front row yesterday. So good luck out there. Let's get a look at the grid. We know that points-wise, Travis McDonald is our points leader. He will go to the rear of field. So it's going to be Brett Van Wood and Alan Hunt front row. Josh Robertson, Jonathan Foxworth second row. Mike Davis and Jason Coffey third row. 4th row, Dawson Potter and Wayne Bridges. 5th row, Mikey Mixture and Brian Angel. Travis McDonald will go to the rear of field. This is our 55-lap feature race for the MOTO International. Yeah, it did finish inverted, didn't it? I was going to comment that it was sort of inverting. Catching up and regrouping. Travis letting the boys through. Mike Commissioner Dawson Potter. Brett Vanderwood versus Alan Hunt on the front row. Jonathan Foxworth and Josh Roberts behind him. That is the battle. Jason Coffey and Mike Davis, the birthday boy. This is going to be a very interesting top 5, top 6. A couple of guys getting a bit of a different shot, a higher shot than they're used to at starting. And as we've seen before in the past, especially yesterday with Alan Hunt starting front row, he was doing quite well, maintaining a lot of lead, a lot of cautions in that particular race. So wasn't able to sort of hold on to the end, but I feel like 55-lap limited late models here at Oswego Speedway might be a different story. Why are we not on the lead, Bob? As we get this one started right here. 55 laps, Oswego Speedway, Knuckleheadz, iRacing League's MOTO International Limited Late Models. 4th last race of the season. Travis McDonald hold on and pick up minimum of 1 championship. We're going to find out in a couple of weeks. But let's not wish it away. We're going to watch these races unfold. 55 laps, a lot of racing still to come just tonight alone. Very racy so far. Lap 55, sorry. Alan Hunt, Jonathan Foxworth, Jason Coffey, Josh Roberts, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis, Brian Angel, Dawson Potter, Mikey Mixter, Travis McDonald. Seems to be two, can't really see it on the track map, it's just one big pack, but there is a small gap between the top 5 and the back 6. Not anymore, that's not Bob, they've closed that. They are still very tightly packed, holy cow. And this is lap 4 of 55, so they're not surely not going to be able to hold this up for another 50 laps. Brett Vanderwood though really breaking away from that pack with the second lead. Caution out. I think Travis McDonald back at the rear there, part of that caution. They crashed on the telemetry prior to it though. We'll have a look here and see if we can see what happened. There's Mikey Mixter. Oh, Alan Hunt came into contact with someone up into Mikey Mixter and then into Travis McDonald. That is what has brought that caution out. Lap 5 of 55, a 10th of the way in, or 11th of the way in, rather. Alright, looks like we're lined back up. One time around the track, Mikey Mixter still in the pit, so Brett Vanderwood, Jonathan Foxworth front row. Jason Coffey, Wayne Bridges second row, Brian Angel, Mike Davis at third. Fourth row going to be Dawson Potter and Alan Hunt. Travis McDonald, Josh Roberts on that fifth row. Mikey Mixter coming out of the pits now to join the sixth and final row. Again, the MOTO International Limited Late Model main event. Oswego Speedway Dirt Limited Late Models. Lap 6 and 55. So that Mikey Mixter coming out of the pits down low there, stayed out of the way. Actually, I think that was Mikey Mixter. Maybe it was. Brett Vanderwood out race, leading with Jonathan Foxworth just below him. Jason Coffey behind him with Wayne Bridges and Brian Angel rounding out the 5. Thank you, Chad, for the like, my friend. Let's get it, he says. Should be out there, sir, with all due respect. Brett Vanderwood out race leader. Jonathan Foxworth really putting the effort to him though. Jason Coffey's back there. Wayne Bridges, Brian Angel. The Auto Outlaws of 1 and 5. just the 9th time down that backstretch into 3 and 4 for a total of 55 times once we're done. Boys, a lot of racing is still to come. Actually, just about a fifth of the way into the race. So Mikey Mix has got himself a lap down with that late pit exit, so there is caution looking in to look for that waiver around as we get this stupid cam from Brian Angel, not Brian Angel, but cam expecting him. There we go, it's going to jump over to Dawson Potter. This right window cam. If any time it comes first, back next week. No, always, brother, always. Although in saying that, I have used the racing broadcasting as an excuse to avoid that process, but we all do our own thing. That cam is just really taunting me now that I've mentioned it. Full caution has come out. Looks like it might be Josh Roberts. Just check Mikey Mixter. No, that's him in the pits. So we'll come down to Josh Roberts. Oh, Josh is getting up into the wall there. Put himself in the pits. There we go. So Mikey Mixter getting that wave around as well. Alright, while they're resetting these, I'll be back in just one moment. All right, they are lined up. Brett Vanderwood, Jonathan Foxworth, front row, Joseph Coffey, Wayne Bridges, second, third row, Brian Angel, Mike Davis with Dawson Potter, Alan Hunt, fourth row, fifth row, Travis McDonald, Josh Roberts. Mike Houston back on that lead lap on that sixth and final row as we get lap 14 of 55 back underway. Jonathan Foxworth this time though got the advance on at the start. Wayne Bridges and Brett Vanderwood battling for second and third. Brett was our race leader. On that lower line there, looks like that high line able to sort of control the pace. 107 of Jason Coffey up there as well. Brent does have teammate Brian Angel a couple of spots back in sixth, but he's right there behind him because of how close they are packed. 99 Mike Davis, birthday boy, Alan Hunt's there, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, and Josh Roberts and Mikey Mixter. Settled in a bit now. Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges and Jason Coffey. Mike Davis, Alan Hunt, fourth and fifth, Brett Vanderwood and Brian Angel, teammates 6 and 7. We've got Dawson Potter back there battling on that lower line with Travis McDonald, Josh Roberts and Mikey Mixter. 7 laps. We're coming up on it regardless. As Jonathan Foxworth's holding on with Wayne Bridges there behind him, and Jason Coffey, Mike Davis, Alan Hunt 5, 6 to 11, Dawson Potter, Brett Vander with Brian Angel, Josh Roberts, Mike Travis McDonald. Battle in the middle there is pretty good. Mike Davis, Alan Hunt, Dawson Potter, 4th to 6th. Spoken about that every race. The battle, pretty much 3rd to 7th or 8th is anywhere within that full pack. It's just tight, hard racing. I'm trying to make things work on that load line. All racing with both Dawson Potter and Mike Davis. Mike trying to hold on to that 4th spot. Has come out, the 88, Travis McDonald, it looks like. Refresh my telemetry so we can get to it. There it is. It's Travis there. Low, but drifts up. Tried to correct it, hold it down, but came into contact with the Yoda Outlaws drivers and the infield wall, spinning himself out. That will bring out our caution. Guys. Let's have a look here. Only our 3rd caution for the night, or for the feature. Lap 26, we get this one underway. Still just this next lap around. Are they going to line up double file? They're going to stay single file. Looks like they might be staying single file. Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Jason Coffey, Mike Davis, Dawson Potter the 5, Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Travis McDonald, Brett Vander with Brian Angel at 6 to 11. Foxworth fires coming out of 4. He wants to get this one back underway and get up to speed as quickly as possible. Wants to preserve this lead from Wayne Bridges and Jason Coffey, Mike Davis, Alan Hunt. And then battle it out amongst themselves so you can sort of see the marks and break away from that pack. Alright, we're halfway through this battle, 27 laps in, 27 still to come. Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Jason Coffey, Mike Davis, Dawson Potter in the top 5. Josh Roberts, Mike Nixon, Travis McDonald, Alan Hunt, Brett Vander with Brian Angel in 6 to 11. Those just tuning in, this is Knuckleheadz iRacing League's MotoWare International Limited and Late Models. The third day of racing action, fifth race. They start off the racing week with the Ritz Monument Dirt Street Stocks and the KP Plumbing Limited Modifieds. And they move on to the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series Asphalt Street Stocks on dirt, and along with the Shula on Wing Racing Series. And then wrapping it up, as we say, this race here, the MotoWare International Limited Late Models. After tonight's race, just 3 weeks remaining in each championship. So we will be crowning a champion here at Knuckleheadz for 5 different divisions very soon. Koski Family Racing in the chat. Hello guys. For the fastest kids on go-karts. Actually, have we got a third one in the karts yet, team? Oh, looked like a bit of crashing in the wall there. That might have just been as the cameras were changing between the drivers. It made it look worse than it was. 33.55, Jonathan Fox will still out race, and leader Wayne Bridges and Jason Coffey. That top 3 have broken away from that lead pack. Alan Hunt and Mikey Nixon both in the pits. Dawson Potter has retired, so maybe there was something going on back there. As caution comes out, I can't see any crashes in the relative. Just before the yellow, but I do see this one here, so with Alan Hunt, so just check it out. Here's the white and orange 72 machine. Down low into the infield wall, shoots up into the outfield wall, and yeah, down into the pits. He goes, crashes, trying to exit into the pits. I'd say delayed caution after all of that. Nope, just Ava Rakoski Racing and Aaron Rakoski Racing are racing now, Bob, full time in 2026. Get out and follow those Facebook pages, because trust me, they are some talented kids. I, for one, have already mentioned to the family that I will be riding those coattails when they're famous, and saying I knew them back when. I don't want to say I discovered them or anything, but did broadcast the Powder Puff, the Mud Mule Powder Puff. Was it Mud Mule Powder Puff? What was the Powder Puff called? No, it was something else. But it was sort of like a kids and the ladies of our lives league division, and geez, it was fun. I raced a few. Ava Rakoski beat my butt. Aaron Rakoski possibly, I don't want to say more talented, the more advanced driver. So it was always fun watching those battles and watching her when she did get the wins against him. Mobile Powder Puff throwback time. Yeah. Well, I mean, my favourite story to come out of that is Greg and Teresa Spiker. Greg was one of the drivers in the league. I think his son also drove from time to time. And it was coming up towards before Mother's Day, and they let Teresa have a race on Greg's racing sim in the division, and she loved it. They got her a sim for Mother's Day, and she now runs one of the biggest NASCAR leagues in all of Canada, in iRacing. Yeah, it's I can't remember what it was called. It's been a little while since I've been on the hosted and raced with it, but yeah, it's just amazing that the amount of talent and coolness that came out of that Powder Puff league. Myself and speak for Luke Krosky, I was so proud of that. That was one of the best things I think I've been a part of via iRacing. Knuckleheadz is definitely a close second. Alright, it's going to be lap 35 and 55 when we get this one back underway. Still 21 laps of racing to go with Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Jason Coffey, Mike Davis and Josh Roberts 5 as we start. Travis McDonald, Brett Vanderwood, Brian Angel, Alan Hunt, Mikey Mixter, the 6 to 10 for the remaining drivers. Dawson Potter in 11th has retired. Oh no, he's back on the track, so he might have just had some technical difficulties. And has reloaded his sim back in the race. Only a lap down, so if there's another caution, he will get that wave run. Racing, yeah, lots of fun. It was just wholesome. No egos, a lot of laughs, a lot of humbling. My worst losses have come from 12-year-old girls on video games. Just what's that, 17 or so laps remain. Must have passed Dawson as he came out of the pits, because he's now 2 laps down. 49 of 55. Still holding on. Wayne Bridges in at second. Jason Coffey still third. Josh Robertson, third boy Mike Davis in 4th and 5th. Oh, we're still on statics. Shit. That's better. These extra cameras, we'll bloody use them. There had been a crash back there. Dawson was the beginning. We'll start with him. Oh, that's just him coming out of the pits. Coffee. Telemetry marker. Here we go. Let's have a look at the 107 in 3rd place there. Loses a bit of momentum, checking up, comes down across the nose of the 42, Josh Robertson, into the infield wall. Not the best time for that one. Unfortunate for Jason Coffey as we move into lap 41 at 55, and he's in at the pits at the rear of field. Let's give it a go, mate, here. Firing inside positive. So it's going to be a single file restart. 42 of 55. Patrick's going to leave the track. Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, Alan Hunt, Mike Mixter, Brett Vanderwood, and Dawson Potter. Jason Coffey in the pits. But Dawson Potter back on the lead laps. All 10 cars in a shot. The 42nd lap about to start. Still to come. Just to hold on for another 12 or so laps, 11 laps, and he can relax. But for now, Wayne Bridges, Josh Roberts behind him in second and third. Josh left in the middle of the second, Wayne back to third. Mike Davis and Alan Hunt fourth and fifth. Laps remain, our last lot of single digit remaining laps. There's that boy Mike Davis right there, 99 machine. Please wish him happy birthday, chat. Riding got a good start up in the front and has ran that top 5 run all night. Quite a good race for him. Josh Robertson in the battle for that third and fourth spot, the podium spot not quite locked up yet, so we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Oh, that's Wayne Bridges, sorry, not Mike Davis. Wayne Bridges is actually battling with, sorry, Mike Davis actually battling with Travis McDonald. Currently our points leader. Almost 5 go 7 to go at the moment. Josh Roberts and Wayne Bridges, second and third place battle has been awesome. Josh just made a bit of a move on Wayne. Wayne able to cut under him and looks like he is going to go back up into second place. Travis McDonald's going to join the fray. Looks like that Wayne maybe slid up the track a little bit too far into the wall. Josh Roberts got a bit loose, has fallen back to 5th or 6th spot, but Travis and Wayne able to hold on to it. How is he still in second place? Absolutely blasted that wall. Five to go. We're going to make our way up forward through the ranks to our lead driver. Currently at 4th, there's 3rd and 2nd. Jonathan Foxworth is our race leader. Three still to come. Doesn't set very well there. It sort of manages to get through okay, but it looked like he set very late in the piece. I was worried he wasn't going to be able to get that car to turn. Battle right here, Wayne Bridges and Travis McDonald. Travis McDonald, our points leader, trying to get that second place for maximum points possible in this race. Second maximum points possible, but try and maximise his points, I guess is what I was trying to say. Wayne Bridges trying to hold him off. Normally we would go up and let the lead driver have his flowers as we get the white flag lap, but I just want to watch this battle play out. So Travis gets it going down low, moves up in front of Wayne Bridges coming into 3 and 4. He's going to hold on to it, so we'll move up to, will he hold on to it? Move back up to Jonathan to get the checkered flag. But Travis went low, looked like he was going to go a little too low. But not a problem in the end. Good race, 55 laps in just under 1 hour in the broadcast. Future results become available. We know Jason Coffey, RCI's Jason Coffey in 11th, Nike Mixed at 10th, J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts finished 9th with Brett Vanderwood and Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws in 8th and 7th. KHR's very own Dawson Potter finished 6th. To round out the top 5, Alan Hunt and the birthday boy Michael Mad Dog Davis for Modigging Mafia in 4th. Our podium finishes Wayne Bridges in 3rd, Travis McDonald 2nd, but the B-Main Bandit gets the job done and gets himself a victory here at the Motor International Limited Late Models Dirt Limited Late Models at Oswego Speedway for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. The victory is his. Let's get his deets on our screen here. Get on over to the Discord. Is their audio channel open? It is. All right, here he is. Congratulations goes out to the B main bandit, Jonathan at Foxworth. You started what? I think it was the three spots back, so outside pole, second row. Um, that top five, that was pretty fierce. It didn't matter where anyone was in that battle. That top five was crazy good. There was just these little micro battles, one and two battles here and there, all throughout the shop. You did lead majority of the laps in tonight's race once you got that car in front, and I imagine those knuckles have got to be white, and obviously um, exhaling must feel really good finally.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Talk us through that. It looked like a really good racy race. The late models are a bit of a mixed bag. The limiteds, so they're always racy, but sometimes that can breed a bit of a yellow flag affair. Only 4 or 5 yellow flags, and there's 55 laps. A lot of green flag racing. So the track's sort of more able to determine the positions rather than the incidents. What was it like out there? How was it easy? Well, not easy, but were you able to sort of hit your marks? It was more the challenges the drivers put against you, where the challenges came about. What was the sort of obstacles for you tonight?
Well, the biggest thing was the racetrack being as slick as it was around the bottom. You had to be up against the wall, and Oswego's one of them tracks where if you don't hit it just right, it pulls you into the wall and knocks your tires off. And yes, white knuckle from the start all the way to the checker flag.
Yeah, very much so. And yeah, it did look like that. I know, obviously, Highline building momentum exit is always sort of determines position down that straightaway, and there was a lot of good one and two sort of, as I say, positional battles. One of the things I did notice, yeah, obviously, and it's been the story of the week as well. Like there's been a few different sort of consistent stories of the week, but a couple of those tracks just really slicking up early, and making it quite interesting for that. Like you said, we had sort of a few cars sort of either not setting fully and it just sort of it just sucking that nose down rather than if you overset it and the car rotates, it would just sort of grab it and bring it down under that infield. And we saw a few guys trying to run that and getting freight trained a little bit on the outside. But at the same time, if you do run that outside line, it is kind of hard to past that car in front of you. So you've got to sort of run that mini slider or try and get that low to mid, sort of try and find, as you say, the right down low against the wall where there's a paper width between you and the wall, or that mix of mid and low. And it looked like that was sort of the toughest battle for everyone. But as I say, for the broadcast, it produced some amazing uh, one-on-one battles. There was just so many different battles. I couldn't get the full 10 car, 11 car field out or the first five before someone in that five would change positions. You know what I mean? Like it was always that constant.
Oh yeah, it was definitely it was slick on the bottom, and these cars you gotta stay momentum. So I just stayed on the top because I knew if they went to the bottom, they was gonna hit that slick. So I just stayed up there and kept it pinned to the floorboard.
Yeah, nah, and got the job done. Now, not many weeks left in the competition, in any of the competition. This wraps up our fourth last week of racing in these five divisions. We'll have a quick look at the points. Where is it? I never have them ready for when I need them. I know we haven't got last week's points on there, but we can sort of get a bit of a look at where things are. Now, obviously, we know we know that Travis, sorry, um, does have, coming into last week's race, he had a 19-point lead over Brian Angel, 20-point lead over yourself. So, mathematically, if he finishes outside the 10 in just two races or sort of a combination throughout the final few races, that does open the doors for yourself and Brian. But obviously, there's that. I talked to yesterday, Ken McLean. There's not only is there the championship that people are vying for, but there's a lot of close battles in those second and third, fourth place spots in the championships as well. So obviously bragging rights if you can't take the trophy. If you can't be the bride, being the bridesmaid is the next best thing. So finishing second is definitely that second next fight. And let's see, second win for the season. Brian actually is in second place with no wins in the limited late models, so showing consistency, sort of the key. Your consistency has been pretty good. It has been sort of more that sort of the front of the back half for a lot of those earlier parts of the race, but you're starting to finish strong on the way home. How do you feel you're going to go with Eldora, Volusia, and Charlotte? Are they tracks that you're traditionally good at?
I'm decent, but I mean, with everybody else, there's no telling.
It is. It does. When we saw that tonight, Alan Hunt, another guy, top 5 run. Mike Davis, the birthday boy, Wayne Bridges. There's a couple of those guys. They've given the opportunity, given the the EOLs for some of the other drivers, and they move up in the grid, or those fortunate runs in the heats, like we had that sort of crash in the second heat with I think it was Brian or Brent, one of the Yoda boys, who fell all the way to the rear and sort of completely inverted the field and really changed the starting order of the feature. And we know that with race speed being so similar, skill, there is a sort of a small divide between there's drivers getting better and there's drivers who are helping them get better and getting better at the same time. But if the drivers that are, your Dawson Potters, I guess is the best way. I know he doesn't mind me calling him out. Given those top 3, top 4 starts, they're going to be in the shout when it's said when it's finished, because it's just so hard to get past a car on these tracks. It's you've really got to wait for one of them to force a mistake, and you guys just don't get those unforced errors too much. Sometimes it is just the track bringing you unstuck, more of a racing deal than you making the mistake itself. So it's always such good racing. So now I'm looking forward. I don't want to wish away the racing, but only 3 more weeks of championship racing to go, and it's coming down. There's a few different battles. There's the second place battles. There's the underdog battles in terms of coming home. If you and Brian can finish high and Travis finishes quite low, then could be a different story coming into that final round. So if not, the other thing I have been asking of you drivers is if you're not in the points battle, just take as many points as you can so that it leaves less points for the guys that are, because once again, that just makes for a great broadcast for me. It's a bit selfish, but I know, but it just makes for great racing because they're battling for every single point they can. Travis McDonald, he really had to battle for that second place finish tonight. He had to earn that one. I know that's not what you guys need to see in that regard, points wise, but you know what I mean. It's make them earn every single point they get. Don't let them just sort of go, they've got the championship. Let's not get too crazy. Don't be that guy, sort of thing. It's be that guy. All right, my man. Well, look, got the rest of the racing week broadcast wise off. You've still got a race, I think, tomorrow. I don't know if you do that race, but I know there's the Super Speedway. Is it ARC? Is it Super Speedway? I believe at Dega. A little fun race thing that the guys do tomorrow. But other than that, any other racing that you do have on for the racing week, I wish you all the best and congratulations on getting the job done here tonight. Before we let you go, friends, family, and sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to for getting you here?
Just KHR putting on this race and you broadcasting it. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, my man, always putting on a good show and leaving it all out there on the track. Congratulations, well-deserved victory here tonight at Oswego Speedway. Bragging rights until next week, but only 3 more weeks of racing to go, so only a few more bragging rights left in it. So best of luck, and we'll have you back in the booth anytime we can. That part completely in your control, but hopefully we talk again. Excuse me, I get the hiccups at the weirdest times. Hopefully we talk again before the end of the season.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bye. All right, that was Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Man Bandit, picking up the victory here for the Motor International Limited late models. We're going to wrap up our racing broadcast. Just got some other things. Got to move straight on to. I want to give a big shout out to KC. Congratulations, Jonathan Foxworth. Could not said it better myself. Thanks for jumping in, OP. Appreciate it. Rakoski Family Racing. Always good to see you guys. Chad Puttable, as well as KC McLean and Devourer Worm. Big shout outs to everyone for the follows, likes, and shares. We've got Marion and Roger Sheets, the Race Club, Official Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel Senior, Josh Roberts, Dos Potter, Chad Potterball. Thank you so much. To everyone that's just lurking in the background, thank you so much. I love that you come along and watch whoever it is you are coming to watch. Sure they appreciate it as well. Well, that's going to wrap up our racing. We'll come back again to Sunday night, American, Monday morning, Australian, to do it all over again. But until then, you know the drill. My name is Bob. Cheers for the stream, Bob. Have a good one, mate. You too, Devour Worm. Always a pleasure to have you in here, man. Really do appreciate and love when you stop by. So thank you. Yeah, my name's Bob. Love yous all. Bye.